Though our lives are small, the text is big. Still, every shloka of Sri Vaashishtha Maharamayana we are chanting and trying to see the meaning. So there are so many stories through them. Indirectly, so much of the knowledge is conveyed, and there is a lot of direct knowledge given by the Guru Vasishtha to Rama or Guru Saraswati Mata to Leela or Viduratha and all of us. Our job is just make a habit of being with our scriptures, through them being with the truth. First to intellectually apprehend, thereafter entire life to do only those sadhanas to reach to the said sadhya goal. A human being should consciously understand, work towards, and reach out the highest goal. For that only he is given. Inside the intelligence and abilities, outside the opportunities and conveniences. Leelopakhyanam, third in Utpatthi Prakaranam, we are studying here also this Agni Dagdha Gruhadi Varnanam at night time. Then the Gruha position, the trees and all of them, the animals, the human beings, the Sainikas, every one of them, how they are scorched and tortured in that night in that Yuddha of Raja Vidurat. All this tells us, how in the world wars or any of the Dushta Rakshasas attacking a country and destroying, these are the scenes. So, the simple way in which it is written in the Shastra makes me to feel so worried, concerned that how come Vasishthaji or Leela is watching the Yuddha so casually? Should she not rush to avoid all that and protect Raja Viduratha and all his Sainya and those people who are burnt, killed children are dying, huge walls are falling on them. Hare Mother Saraswati has yoga shaktis. Even Leela has yoga shaktis. Can they protect? No. So that protecting, though required, but at the Vyavahara level. When required, it will be protected. They are here to protect Raja Viduratha from Janma Marana Samsara by giving him Dhyanam. Then what about the other things that are happening? That is, they have to do their best. Not that everybody died, some saved. It is their Purushartha as well as earlier Prarabdha. That's how the karma doesn't leave anyone. The Kaika, Vachika, Manasika. Having become wise in this regard, a wise person is so careful regarding his karma. First he gives up all dushkarma, he only does satkarma, slowly enters into the nishkarma. Because the karma is dushkarma or satkarma, it will give result. And any karma result is binding only because it will tie us down to be a jiva, doesn't allow us to realize our essential self. These are the things we have to keep on catching, retaining, using, evolving. In this 43rd Sarga, we have seen up to shloka number even 49, 50. Some 10, 12 are there. Let's do them and go to the next 44th Sarga. Give 4 minutes for our Dhyana Puraka mantras, Sankalpas. Respected friends, be here. You are so wonderful, you are so great, you are so lucky too that such great text we are studying together. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahanao Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Yairime Gurubhi Purvam. Sri Rama Rama Rameti. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam. Parabrahmane. Shruti Samasta Brahma. Bhakti Yoga Dharma. Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo. Devatabhyo Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane. Vasishtadi Rishibhyo Namaha. Sankalpaha तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम श्रुति स्मृति पुराणे इतिहास संतवांग्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य संस्थापकानां पूर्ण आयुरारोग्यादीनां द्वारा धर्म संस्थापने निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति देश निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्म सदिग्विजयार्थम तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्र एवोपशम्यान्ते तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तदा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभोः कर्ता हेतु क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति श्रीकराय यस्मादानन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भौमौ तथाकाशे वैरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभाति अवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमतिनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मोहो विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं वैरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेनेः संवादेन शास्त्रामृत जलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओं श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने अग्निदग्ध गृहादिवर्णनं नाम त्रिचत्वारिंशः सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच। We have seen up to all these mantras कि हा कष्टम असिनिर्भिन्ने स्कंदे सन्न दृढ़ उन्मुखे पतितो यंत्रपाषाणः पुरुषस्य अशनिर्यत, like on the shoulder of the person who's already cut, on which the big ulmukas, the burning sticks are falling. Onto that, the big stones coming from the yantras sent by the enemies are touching like the Ashani, the thunderbolt. What is the amount of pain? We told you already such descriptions to say, at one go only, one after the other, 10 troubles attack us. We are panicked. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है मेरे को? That's what is karma phala. You have no option then to live a noble life. By living an ignoble life, expecting safety all the time won't happen. If not today, tomorrow its result will come. Therefore, today whoever are doing dushkarma, in whichever the place we are there, they are going to have its phala. And whatever satphala, satkara, sadhu, sukha they are enjoying today, satphala, it's because of satkarma done. Knowing this, keep on doing satkarma, zero dushkarma. गवाश्वमहिषे भोष्ट्र स्वशृगालैरकैरहो घोरैरणमिवारब्धं मार्गरोधकमाकुल. On the marga, all the animals, the cows, the horses, the buffaloes, then ibaha, elephants, ushtra, camels, shva, dogs, shrugala, the foxes and all, edaka, the bakri, bhed, vagera, in that terrible one side burning everything, second side the weapons, third side human beings with ayudas and shoutings running. Ituna they have become titar-vitar animals as if they themselves are in the yuddha. ऐसा scene बना हुआ. Then about the women folk described in the entire sarga. Pataihi, patapata shabda, jala jalali malitaihi. You know, having the malas, etc., they didn't know this happened. In that burning to save themselves, the women folk have made their clothes wet. Then that wet clothes with the fire, making patapata shabda, akrandantya striyaha. With so much of akrandana, rona, the crying, the women folk, yanti, sthala padmachita iva, are running from one place to the other to save themselves, who are like lotus in their every expression. In their whole padmachita means looking like lotus. Then strinam ज्वालालवाः पश्य लिहन्ति अलकवल्लरीः. Their alakavallari, the hair, are wanting to be licked or consumed by the tongues of the fire. Tongue licks, therefore, the licking is the word used there. The actual meaning is burning only. The fires are blazing to burn the hair of them. Kurvanto Ashoka Pushpabham, looking like Ashoka Pushpa tree, Sharabha, Karabha, Iva Pannagi, the camels with their long head eating them, or in that search they are finding some snakes only there. So this fire blazing is like the oont with its head, and the hair of these women is like the trees, plants, fruits, flowers which the oont is eating. अग्नि ज्वालाएं उनके बालों को जलाने का कोशिश कर. Because Agni wants to look for its fuel, it goes on consuming. Then ha ha Harina Shavakshaha. Yo yo, this Harina Shavakshi, who is Harina means deer, Shava means small deer, Aksha means eyes, is equal to Chanchalataka Lakshan. Those women whose eyes are like the deer's eyes, which are so chanchala for their own safety security, is a comparison. As if comparing it to be beautiful. So Harina Shavakshaha Paksha Lakshana Lakshmasu. In the most beautiful eyes and eyebrows, Kumargeshu Iva Vishranti Meti Karshanavi Shikha. Like taking rest in the wrong place, falling into the danger. In that way, these fires are as if trying to even burn those eyebrows also. Tahyamano viniryati nagalatram vina naraha ahovata duruchedaha praninam snehavaguraha. See the snare of sneha, the jala of sneha, the nest, the jal is so powerful that people are themselves burning while trying to protect their children, family. Still, instead of protecting themselves, they are in that act only trying to protect them. They themselves are getting killed. Dahyamanaha, burning themselves. Viniryatina, they are not going to save themselves. Kalatram vina, without the wife. Naraha, that human being. Ahovata, indeed. Duruchedaha, difficult to cut asunder are praninam snehavaguraha, the snares of attachment of the people. It's a statement given. It is from the Vyavahara standpoint required. If not the husband or father or son, who will protect the women? Or in the Samaja Kutumba Vyavastha, we have to protect each other only. What's wrong? It is must in the society. That's how human being it is called. But same thing when it comes to Adhyatmikata, any attachment will be obstruction through your realizing the self. तो दोनों पहलू इसका हम देख सकते हो. The Kathakara said the sentence, that's it. Said difficult to cut the asunder the attachment. These are the two facts. The fact one is everything is burning. Fact two is the women folk are burning. Three, the men half burnt instead of going to save themselves are still trying to save. This is one fact. And the Kavi or the Rishis word are difficult to cut the Sneha Pash. In a good sense is good that they are trying to save, at least few of them they will save. In the Vedantic sense is what? Not in the situation of burning, but in generally, when you are attached, you can't meditate and realize self. That's it. Then Karirabasa Nirlona Jalad Angara Padapaha Pushpushta Pushkaraga Kopa Smagna Pushkaradam Naraha. So, so Kari Ravasa Nirluna Jalad Angara Padapaha. So, Jalad Angara Padapaha. Trees are getting burnt with the Angara. Kari Ravasa Nirluna. The elephants are thinking these trees and the other trees to be those poles to which their legs are tied with chain. So they become angry. Then Plushta Pushkaragha Kopa Smagna Pushkaradam Sara. Having pushed those trees, etc., while getting their trunks half burnt, these elephants are running towards the lakes wherever to cool them down, to protect themselves from that burning. है ना? सो पेड़ पे बांधे हुए हैं, पेड़ जलकर गिर गए और दौड़कर जला हुआ पेड़ गिरा है. इन दैट पेन their trunks and all they burnt, they are running to save. Then dhumom buddhapadam prapya vilolantastadillataha jalad angaranara cha nikaram parivarshati. Very typical explanations, all this. The pictures, the videos are very frightening. Picturesque means well taken videos. Taken as if with the drone cameras only. Dhumaha, the smoke, Ambudapadam Prapya, having reached the cluster of the clouds, Vilola Antaha Tadillataha, now as if becoming one with the cloud. From the cloud, the lightning is like Lata appearing on that Dhuma. Or Dhuma itself is cloud now. It has carried some of the Angara. They are burning and shining like the Tadit, the lightning between the clouds. Then Jvalatu, Angara, Naracha Nigaram, Parivarsha. Jvalatu, burning, and whatever this Dhuma took up with it, the Angaras, Varshati, it is raining down. तो हवा में उड़कर कुछ हाइट तक वहां से सारे अंगारे गिर रहे हैं. So that is the scene. I say, if the fire is very terrible, then the things go up fast. And with the same speed they come. But while Varnana is done, it takes time. I will tell slowly only that the smoke has gone up with that. All the Angare also went up, having gone to some height. Slowly they came down raining. So words are taking its own time. But in the picture, it is not like that. Burning, the Angara is going up, falling down, like that. You have to know difference between the actual happening and the description. है ना? तो फिर वो जा रहा था, फिर वो लेफ्ट लेने वाला था, उतने में ही उधर से एक वही राइट लिया उसने, इसने दोनों सिग्नल नहीं दी, फिर एकदम आ गए, उनका आगे का टायर इनका आगे का टायर, या वो चीजें ऐसे टक्कर लगाए. इट डजंट हैपन लाइक दिस स्टोरी. इट जस्ट कम्स एंड कम्स, धड़ाक हो गया वो. But you cannot tell that to somebody whom you are telling that came, this came, that act. It won't be understood. You'll have to tell that is that vehicle coming from their right side. This is coming from left side. That's how they hit each other. So the explanation is like that. When he fell from the 10th floor, you know what you know. There's no time for you know. When he fell, he just fell and the sound will come. That's all. Explanation ke time taking is different. Now, Deva Dhumaspurad कण आवर्तवृत्तिमान सीता आपीडवान व्योमनि रत्नपूर्ण इवार्णवः आह. The scene was, ocean is full of the diamonds, like that. The Akasha named ocean with the smoke named waters, having the Angara named Ratnas in that Akasha, looking like another Samudra with Ratna. Samudra is called Ratna Garbha. So Deva Dhuma Spurat Vahni Kana Avarta Vrittiman. And then in the ocean, like the avartas are there, there the dhuma and vahni also moving like avarta, of course, helped by the winds. ऊपर उठने वाला धुआं और अग्नि नीचे के समुद्र के समान ही आवर्तों के साथ भयंकर, और the ratnas on the ocean are the jwala kanikas of the various wooden pieces which have flown in the sky, the angaras. That is another description. So that is one. Gauram ambaramabhati jwala shikhara tejasa mrutyunevotsave dattaha kunkumaktara kandakaha kunkumakta karandakaha. So Gauram ambaram abhati jwala shikhara tejasa. So the whole akasha appearing to be in that yellowish reddish color because of the fire there. It is appearing like the Mrityu Devata is giving that petty small, having the roli kunkuma to the Digvadhu. Mrityuna iva utsave dattaha. By the Mrityu, his utsava of the, what do you call, Krishna, uh, clearing the whole world. Utsava ke samay. That is the Mrityu's Utsava when he finishes the whole thing in Pralaya. That time he is giving Kunkuma Aktara Kandakaha Dattaha. That Kunkuma kept box he is giving to whom the Dig Devata, saying that you will be safe. Directions will be safe, but within the directions everything is going to be burnt. सो कुमकुम के रोली के पेटियां जो शादी वगैरह में गिफ्ट के रूप में जो और क्या है सुहागन वगैरह लोगों को देते हैं ना, लाइक दैट दी अग्निज आर अपियरिंग वेर एवर दे आर, छोटे छोटे डिब्बों के समान. गुड पिक्चर इट इज. देन अहो नु विषमं चेदं वर्तते वृत्तवर्जितं ध्रियन्ते राजनार्योऽपि वैरिवीरैरुदायुधैः. अहो नु विषमं च इदं वर्तते. Most terrible thing also is happening here, seen. What is that? Vrittavarjitam means losing the what is the honesty or purity or kindness or compassion or rules and regulations. Dhriyante are held. The Rajanarya api, the palatial, the Antapura Raja women also by Vairi Virai Udhayudai. So the Shatru Veera, Shatru Dushta Veeras, whoever they are, with the Aidhas, lifted and threatening, are holding and kidnapping this Rajanari. Terrible it is. Bichare. They were so far protected by the king and all of them. King is there, now he'll go for Yuddha, he will also die. But the scene they are seeing is now that Rajanari means all the women folk who are there, the wives of the various political people there, the मंत्रियों के, सैनिकों के, all of them who are there, सेना नायकों के. So that is not actually done, but then these are Yuddha, Vairi, the Shatrus, they are not sparing them also. That's why it's called Vishamam cha idam vartate. Vishama means unjustifiable. What is it? Vrutta Varjita means which is not the real Vrutta, the way it is to be done. What is the wrong thing they have done? Rajanaryaha vidhriyante. Even the Rajanaris are also being held and taken away. By whom? Vairi Veerair. That Vairi Veeras, the powerful enemies, Udayudaihi with the weapons lifted. Nahi to maar dalunga, that sort of thing. This is where, the thoughts in general, in today's world today, every Hindu, Sanatan Dharmi, men and women, have to be equipped with so much of physical power, strength, all martial arts, and every weapon should be there ready with them to finish anybody who try to touch them. मैं तो ये जबरदस्त प्रे कर रहा हूँ to protect our Sanatana Dharma. Otherwise, the dushtas, they are so terrible. They just want to destroy our desh. From where they are eating the food? यहाँ का खाना खाते इधर ही जीते हैं. And they want to destroy the country and the Sanatana Dharma. Most unfortunate is all of their grandfathers, grandparents, ancestors are Hindus only. How can there be anybody non-Hindu in India? All are Hindu. Who are the grandparents of the so-called people are there? But they're not realizing that much their brain is washed, isn't it? And the most beautiful, fertile Hindu Dharma, not harming anyone, allowing anyone to grow, and even without any copyrights, we allow to take anything from our things and let them follow. ऐसे सुंदर सनातन धर्म को they want to destroy. They are nowadays aiming at the women folk. How to protect? Only way, just equip with all powers and all arms and ammunitions. That's the only way. Otherwise, they won't listen. Our weakness is this only. On the name of goodness, we become weak day by day. There is nothing good, bad. We are good. There is nothing like anything bad when we defend ourselves. Become powerful, that's it. You know, all time we are suppressed only. The 80% Hindu suppressed by the 20% other nonsense. अब 80 का आ रहा 70 को आ गया वो. Isn't it? We have to be aware of these things also at the Vyavahara level. Everything we leave it to God and we sit in front of TV. Buffalo, Sharam nahi aata. A Hindu cannot be a bhogi now, he'll have to be yogi. And people like us, we do in a moderate manner this thing by invoking divine grace. We need extremists also who are to very powerful. I wish and pray this time the government is given 100% majority and they finish all this nonsense, all this nuisance. कोई कहता है 24 47 तक will convert and make whole India Christian. The other fellow says we become majority more than 60%, rule India, break it into pieces. Like Bangladesh is India, Pakistan India, Bhutan, Burma, Myanmar. कौन सा इंडिया नहीं है? टुकड़ा टुकड़ा कर दिया ना, अब भी करना चाहते. And you and I eat and sleep. है ना, खून है ही नहीं हमारे अंदर. पशु पशु भोगी, useless. And wake up, rise. Every day we have to pray and empower. And that should not trouble our tattva jignasa also. Tattva chintana. That's the beauty. One side doing Aham Brahmasmi sadhana, inside the other side, instead of wasting time in unwanted thing, this way dharma samrakshana we can do. We told you examples yesterday also, day before. So they were kidnapping these women. लोल अस्रक दाम कुसुमैर मार्ग प्राकार कारकैः अर्ध निर्दग्ध कवरी कीर्ण वक्षस्थलस्तनाः. So when they were that way taken, all their garlands are falling here and there. The ornaments also are falling here and there. Ardha nirdagna kavari. Their clothes also a little bit burnt. Then kirina vakshastalastanaha. The body also getting, harmed by that heat and all. आलोलांबर संलक्ष्य नितंब जगनस्थलाः पतन माणिक्य वलय वलितावनि मंडलाः. All Vanikyas are falling when they were pulled like this with their hands. So much of pain to them. They are being lifted, kidnapped. That is what is watched. Then Chinna Hara, Lata, Jala, Vikirna, Amala, Mauktikaha. All the pearls and other diamonds, when they were trying to protect themselves and the others were so terribly catching them, सब टूट कर नीचे गिर रहे थे. दृष्टा दृष्ट स्तन श्रेणी पार्श्वोद्यत कनक प्रभा. So such was a very painful scene that was there at that time in that kingdom of that Raja. ये सब cumulative प्रारब्ध. बाप रे, the jivas have to go through. यही ऐसा है तो नरक में कैसा होता होगा? There are two types. One, some of them is our prarabdha karma. Second is our weakness, because of which we give the enemies that chance. Later on, those enemies, they will suffer more than this, the naraka. That is anyway there. But here we have suffered, no? वो तो है ही ना, वो avoid करना है. That is done with the strength. Always be ready to fight enemies. Isn't it? These yuddhas, etc., come because of enemies. The other dukkhas of disease, etc., they are prarabdha. ये भी प्रारब्ध नहीं होता. The enemy is coming and your purushartha. If you are army soldier, You are there to protect. You are a Narayana citizen of that country. Other than like the soldier, in every other way, you have to protect the country by supplying money, by supplying food, giving shelter. So many ways you can protect the nation. The army people are ready to die. Biggest, highest sacrifice. We don't know the warfare, but other things we can do. We can supply the intelligence. We can do so many things. You know, like all others other than army soldiers are like Krishna. The soldiers like Arjuna. Krishna did not lift any weapon. That's the only thing he did not do. But empowered Arjuna by all means is Krishna only. Because of which the war Kurukshetra was won. याद रखो भगवान आयुध नहीं उठाते, but all other blessings, empowerments, protections with which the war is victorious because of Bhagavan only happens. How much he protected Arjuna by negotiating through the arrows of Bhishma, Drona, Karna and all, encouraging him, giving the Gita Jnana. That's why Arjuna was only Nimitta. He was only having bow and arrow and his knowledge to fight. But behind it was Krishna Kripa. So to India, any desha, all prajas are the silent contributors. The people are in front. They are the great, great soldiers. दोनों मिलकर जीत होता है, रक्षण होता है इन्हीं देश का. सब देशभक्त होना है, अपने अपने लेवल में कंट्रीब्यूट करना. Isn't it? It's all has to be very exhaustively planned, quickly should be started. And thankfully, some people have started more aggressively to be done. More aggressive. My suggestion, request is make politically powerful the Sanatana Dharma, make constitutionally powerful by correcting it, and then by all the weaponry they have to be made powerful with and all prayers etc. also. Then definitely it is required. Millions of Hindus have to be given food, shelter, and they have to be trained ready. Anywhere, any eventuality, be ready. Yet we don't do anything. When it is required, we don't say कि आप तैयार नहीं थे. ये है, हमेशा होना ही है. It's not only now. Every time, whenever we are not like that, the enemy is attacked. When we are not alert in the buddhi with sattva guna, he is not the enemy of raja and tamo attacking us. When the body is not fit with its immunity, he is not the enemy of diseases attacking us. When we are not alert, he is not the sabji wala cheating us. He is not the auto wala, taxi wala cheating us. He is not cyber crimes. Everywhere when we lose alertness, we are cheated. That's what we are mainly talking. Throughout life, the only price we have to pay important is being alert and also being empowered. Then protect. So these women folk. Then Chinnahara, Lata Jala, Vikirana, Amala Mauktikaha. All the Mauktikas are falling here and there from their ornaments. Drushta, Drushta, Stana Shreni, Parshodhyat, Kanaka Prabha. Then Kurari, Karkasha, Akranda, Mandi Kruta Ranarava. Their Karkasha Akrandana, like that of a Kurari, is so big that the Ranarava also it is making Manda. Means their Chillana with Dukkha Bhaya is overpowering the otherwise Yuddha Shabda also. धारा वाहा श्रुताराव भिन्न पार्श्व विचेतना. ऐसे बोल बोल के उनका गला सूख कर गले के नस भी कट रहे हैं एज इफ. Then trying to protect themselves, their hands and legs are getting wounded, tired, exhausted like that. Pray that this should never happen. Then rakta kardama bashpambo klinna granthitava sasaha bhuja mula arpita bhujair niyamana balan rubihi. So, because of this blood all around, tears, etc., whole clothes became wet and they are being carried forcefully on the shoulders by these Rakshasas. Kaivasmin paritrata syaditi adina vikshitaihi utpalaliva varshadvihi parirodita sainikaha. So, Kaivasmin paritrata syaditi. They are looking all around at this terrible situation. Who is there to protect us? And then when these people are being carried, the Sainikas trying themselves, but they are strengthless. They are stopped by a big number of these enemies, even killed. Miserably, they are watching that their people, women, folk are taken away, kidnapped. That's a terrible scene. We are reading all that in Yoga Vaashishtha Maharama. So this bad eternally tries to attack the good. The good has to be eternally powerful. Good becomes weak only when it becomes bhogi. उसका strength सब चला जाता है. हमेशा if it is in all yoga shaktis, it is powerful. Like in all Chinese movies you see, most of the ones who protect the good are all these monks, etc., who are very powerful in all these shaktis. Same way, every Indian has to become so powerful in all these things to protect. Because India is big. Few people at one place powerful cannot reach on time. Therefore, everywhere there the people, the groups have to be there. Lakhs and crores of people, groups have to be formed, chained with each other, connected with each other through various means and empowering divinely, empowering physically, empowering monetarily, empowering in the unity and arms and ammunition. Siddhara bas. Then Mrunala Komala Choru Mula Jalai Sunirmalai. Swachhambartala Lakshmir Akasha Nalini Nibhaha. So their plight again described how they are trying to protect themselves. Alola Malyavasana Varnangaraga Bashpa Kulatata Chalala Kavallarika. आनंदमंदर निरंतर मध्यमानात् कामार्णवात् samudita iva rajalakshmyah. So their women folk in this way, nobody there to protect them. The whole eyes are tears, the body is wet with the tears of the eyes, and all their malyas, the avarnas, kampita, when that way they were zabardasti taken away. In this way, these were there. इति श्री वासिष्ठ इति आर्षे श्री वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे अग्नि दग्ध गृह आदि वर्णन नाम त्रिचत्वारिंशः सर्गः. This is how the dagdha griha varnana is done in this 43rd sarga. In the 44th we will see for some time the Raja also going for the yuddha, etc. Then Leela Saraswati are there to discuss. They talk about the Jagat Brahma Varnana Tattva Vedanta. हम देखो how many things to observe in this scenario and how much subtle we have to be to understand so many things. The contrast picture, both ways you see. One side the terrible yuddha is happening. Still these people are talking Vedanta. That's how majority think. But some minority can think the other way around also. No? Here, the Vedanta Brahmachintana is going on and still people are fighting with each other. वो भी सही है ना वो भी सही है कि नहीं बताओ and in both of them which is the really saving one the one who is attacking today tomorrow he will be attacked when he is kidnapping the women his women will be kidnapped tomorrow that's not mentioned here immediately but that's not going to happen. I know no, these are all Islamic Christian terrorists. What they do, no? Is it not happening all over the world that they are tortured by each other? इसी का असर है वो. In India, anything they do, it will affect the whole world. Definitely. Terribly, horribly, it will happen more and more. Definitely. Nobody will be spared in this universe whose intentions are impure, whose actions are wrong. Anybody, it is me too. If I do wrong, I am also will not be saved. I am also part of this world. Me, my all Sula Sukshma Karanapadis are part of Samashti. That's why that highest level of maturity of what exactly to be achieved and what to be done, more than that, what is not to be done, till that point of peak of understanding, perfection of understanding comes. We keep committing mistakes, knowingly less, unknowingly more, unknowingly less, and suffer more and more. चलता ही रहता है, बहुत सूक्ष्म बात है. That is why to come out of all this Jamela, one go, realize Ham Brahmasmi. Then you are not Jiva Deha to struggle so much even to know what is Dharma, Punya, Papa, and not able to understand, do Papa thinking it is to be Punya. Now you see those two religions. Their own leaders teach them the Papa as the Punya. And how you kill somebody is Punya. Then others killing you also will be Punya then. It is written in our books, they say, अरे बेवकूफ, that itself is wrong. पहले जिसने लिखा उसको मारो. Should it be written like that? That you go and kill the innocent people who have never come to you. Did any Hindu go to any Muslim or Christian to do any harm? सपने में आता नहीं उनको thought. Then how do you think Hindus as enemy? What have we done harm to you? अरे बेवकूफ. See that how they are negatively trained, brainwashed. And they don't think anything else. Horrible it is. Dushtata kahadi nahi. And they all are going to go to Narak. Because the Papa Karma they are taught as Punya. Are? That much, that intellects of them, they don't work. That is why they do part of Quran, they don't study and all other their texts. Deeply they don't study. And they only hide those portions. Only highlight some of them which are convenient. All these so-called teachers. And they don't use their dimag. लिखा तो है लेकिन you have to like Arjuna को कृष्ण ने बताया. He told everything, but he said विमृश्य तदशेषेण इत्येच्छसि तथाकुत. Freedom is not given. What is written, you have to follow that is. That's the most horrible most thing. कि तुम कुछ लिख लेते हो और कहते हो सबको फॉलो करो and you blackmail them sentimentally. Then if you follow it, you go to स्वर्ग or else to नरक. क्या manipulation है रे मूर्ख? Isn't it? And the mainly objectionable point is killing someone takes you to heaven. No, in Hinduism we don't tell that. You worship Nadi, Samudra, Pashu, Pakshi. You give food to everyone. We tell do all these punya karyas of saving others, then you go to Swarga. Not killing. Killing takes us to Swarga only in Hinduism in Yuddha. That when you are in Dharma Paksha. That's why in this very Vaashishtha 10, 12 Sargas before, everybody fighting Yuddha will not go to Sarga. Only you fight for the Dharma, they'll go karke. Categorically, Saraswati Mata is told. We have studied that portion, we got the authority. We pray, I pray at least to you and me, whatever the glorious knowledges we are studying through the Shastras, let it remain in our heads. अदर जो भी पढ़ते हैं भूल जाते हैं तो क्या फायदा. It was told, isn't it? That युद्ध में dies, go to Swarga. People generally think, but not. Which side you are taking to do the yuddha? You are doing adharma, your base itself is wrong. How can you go to Swarga? Only in the dharma yuddha, in the protection of dharma who dies, they go to Swarga. And killing someone is never dharma. Innocent people, for your स्वार्थ. हो गया. अब हम क्या करेंगे 6 मिनट ना. Chant these 44 sarga so that the 10 minutes for tomorrow are saved. As and when we come, straight away we can start studying. Om Atha Shri Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayam Trutiya Utpatthi Prakaranam Atha Agni Dagdha Ratri Kruta Jagat Brahma Varnanan Nama Chatuschatvarimshaha Sargaha. Jagat Brahma Varnanan Nama. Om Shri Vaashishtha Uvacha एतस्मिन्नन्तरे राज महिषीमत्तयौवना तद्विवेशगृहं लक्ष्मीः इव पङ्कजकोटरम् आलोलमाल्यवसन भिन्नहारलताकुला अनुयाता यस्याभिर्दासीभिर्भयविह्वला चन्द्राननावदाताङ्गी श्वासोत्कम्पिपयोधरा तारकाकारदशना सिताद्यौरिवरूपिणी अथ तस्या वयस्यैका राजनसं राजानं तं व्यजिज्ञपत्. भूत संग्राम संरब्धम अमरेन्द्रमिवाप्सराः देवदेवी सहास्माभिः पलाय्यान्तः पुरान्तरात् शरणं देवमायाता वातार्ते वलताद्रुमं राजन्दाराहृतास्तान्ते बलवद्भिरुदायुधैः ऊर्मिजालैर्महाब्धीनां तीरद्रुमलता इव अन्तःपुराधिपाः सर्वे पिष्टाः शत्रुविरुद्धतैः अशङ्कित अशङ्किताभिपतितैर्वातैरिव परद्रुमाः दूरेणाशङ्कमायातैः वरैर्नः पूरमाहृतं रात्रौ वर्षाशिवोद्घोषैः कमलानीव वारिभिः धूमं वर्षद्भिरुन्नादैर्लेलिहानो ग्रहेतिभिः वह्निभिर्नः पुरं प्राप्तं परयोधैश्च भूरिभिः परिवारैर्विलासिन्यो देव्य आहृत्य मूर्धजैः आक्रन्दन्त्यो बलान्नीताः कुरर्य इव धीवरैः इति नो येयमायाता शाखाप्रसरशालिनी आपत्ताम् अलमुद्धर्तुं देवस्यैवास्ति शक्तता इति आकर्ण्यावलोक्यासौ देव्यौ युद्धाय याम्यतः क्षम्यतां मम भार्येयं युष्मत्पादाब्जषट्पदी इत्युक्त्वा निरयौ राजा कोपारुणितलोचनः मत्तेव निर्भिन्नवनः कन्दरादिव केसरी लीलां ददर्शाथ स्वाकारसदृशाकृतिं प्रतिबिम्बमिवायाताम् आदर्शे चारुदर्शनां प्रबुद्धलीलोवाच कमिदं देवि हे ब्रूहि कस्मादियमहं स्थिता या सा भवमहं पूर्वं कथं सेयमहं स्थिता मन्त्रिप्रभृतयः पौरा योधाः सबलवाहनाः सर एव त एवे मे स्थितास्तत्र तथैव ते तत्रापीह च हे देवी सर्वे कथम् अवस्थिता बहिरन्तश्च मुकुरे इवैते किं प्रचेतनाः श्रीदेव्युवाच यथाज्ञप्तिरुदेत्यन्तः तथानुभवति क्षणात् चितिश्चेत्यार्थतामेति चित्तं चित्तार्थतामिव यादृगर्थं जगद्रूपं तत्रैवोदेति तत्क्षणात् सदेशकालदीर्घत्वं न वैचित्र्यं पदार्थजं न देशकालदीर्घत्वं न वैचित्र्यं पदार्थजं बाह्यमाभ्यन्तरं भाति स्वप्नार्थोऽत्र निदर्शनं यदन्तः स्वप्नसङ्कल्प पुरं च कचनञ्चिते बाह्यनाम्नैव स्वाभ्यासात् सत् स्फुटं स्थितं यादृग्भावो मृतो भर्ता तव तस्मिन् सदा पुरे तादृग्भावस्तवेवार्थं तत्रैव समुपागतः अन्य एव हि अमीभूताः तेभ्यस्तास्तादृशा अपि सद्रूपा एव चैतस्य स्वप्नसङ्कल्पसैन्यवत् अविसंवादि सर्वार्थ रूपं यदनुभूयते तस्य तावद् वद कथं कीदृशी वासि सत्यता अथवोत्तरकाले तु भङ्गुरत्वादवस्तु तत् ईदृक् च सर्वमेवेदं तत्र का नास्तिताधिका स्वप्ने जाग्रदसद्रूपा स्वप्नो जाग्रत्यसन्मयः मृतिजन्मन्यसद्रूपा मृत्युं जन्माप्यसन्मयम् विशरेद्विशरारुत्वाद् अनुभूतेश्च राघव एवं ससन्नासदिदं भ्रान्तिमात्रं विभावसते महाकल्पान्तसम्पत्तौ अप्यद्याथयुगे नघ न कदाचन यन्नास्ति तद्ब्रह्मैवास्ति तज्जगतु तस्मिन्मध्ये खचन्तीमा भ्रान्तयः सृष्टिनामिकाः व्योम्निकेशोण्ड्रकानीव न खचन्तीमा वस्तुतः यथा तरङ्गा जलधौ तथेमाः सृष्टयः परे उत्पत्त्योत्पत्त्य लीयन्ते रजांसीव महानिले तस्मात् भ्रान्तिमया भावे मिथ्यात्वमहमात्मनि मृगतृष्णाजलचये शैवास्ता सर्गभस्मनि भ्रान्तयश्च न तत्रान्याः तास्तदेव परमं पदं घने तमसि यक्षावाः तमेव न यक्षकः तस्माज्जन्ममृतिर्मोहो व्यामोहत्वमिदं तदं सर्वं तत्समहाकल्पं शान्तो यदवशिष्यते नातः सत्यमिदं दृश्यं न चासत्यं कदाचन द्वयमेवैतदथवा ब्रह्म तत्रैव सम्भवात् आकाशे परमाण्वन्तः द्रव्यादेरणुकेऽपि च जीवाणुर्यत्र तत्रेदं जगद्वेत्ति निजं वपुः अग्निरौष्यं यथा वेत्ति निजभावक्रमोदितं पश्यतीदं तथैवात्मा स्वात्मभूतं विशुद्धचित् यथा सूर्योदये गेहे भ्रमन्ति त्रिसरेणवः तथेमे परमाकाशे ब्रह्माण्डत्रसरेणवः यथा वायौ स्थितस्पन्द आमोदः शून्यमम्बरे पिण्डग्रहविनिर्मुक्तं तथा विश्वं स्थितं परे भावाभावाग्रहोत्सर्ग स्थूलसूक्ष्मचराचरा विवर्जितस्यावयवैर्भागा ब्रह्मण ईदृशाः साकारस्यावबोधाय विज्ञेया भवताधुना अनन्याः स्वात्मनः स्तन्यस्तस्य तेनानवयवा इव यथा स्थितम् इदं विश्व निजभावक्रमोदितं रिक्तं न विश्वशब्दार्थैरनन्यद्ब्रह्मणि स्थितं न तत्सत्यं न चासत्यं रज्जुसर्पभ्रमो यथा मिथ्यानुभूतितः सत्यम् असत्यं सत्परीक्षितं परमं कारणं चित्वात् जीवत्वमिति चेत्यनं ततस्तथैवानुभवात् जीवत्वं विन्दति स्फुटं सत्यं भवत्यसत्यं वा के विभातमिदं जगतो रञ्जयत्येव जीवाणोः स्वेच्छाभिरनुभूतिभिः अनुभूयन्तु एवाशु काश्चित् पूर्वानुभूतितः अपूर्वानुभवाः काश्चित् समाश्चैवा समास्तथा क्वचित् कदाचित्ता एव क्वचिदर्थसमा अपि कचन्त्यसत्याः सत्याभा जीवाकाशेऽनुभूतयः तत्कुलास्तत्समाचाराः तज्जन्मानस्तदीहिताः त एव मन्त्रिणः पौराः प्रतिभाने भवन्ति च ते चैवात्मनि अलं सत्या देशकाले हितैः समाः सर्वगात्मस्वरूपायाः प्रतिभाया इति स्थितिः यथा राजात्मनि व्योम्नि प्रतिबोधेति सन्मयी तथा तदग्रगोदेति सत्येव प्रतिभाम्बरे तच्छीलात्वत्समाचारात् तत्कुलात्वद्वपुर्मयी इति लीलेयमाभाति प्रतिभा प्रतिबिम्बजा सर्वगे संविदादर्शे प्रतिभा प्रतिबिम्बति यादृशी यत्र सा तत्र तथोदेति निरन्तरं जीवाकाशस्य यान्तस्था प्रतिभा कुरुते स्वयं सा बहिश्चिदादर्शे प्रतिबिम्बादियं स्थिता एषा त्वमम्बरमहं भुवनन्धरा च राजेति सर्वमहमेव विभातमात्रं चिद्व्योमविल्वजठरं विदुरङ्गविद्धि त्वं तेन शान्तममलास्वयथा स्थितेह इत्यार्षे श्री वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकि उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे जगद्ब्रह्मवर्णनं नाम चतुश्चत्वारिंशः सर्गः friends with patience and concentration, of course with the inner ability of purity and subtlety, when these texts are thoroughly studied, contemplated, understood, digested, the whole picture becomes clear. All the curtain of delusion goes away. What's real, what's unreal, so clear in front. The real is Brahman and it is me. Other than that, the everything is just mithya kalpita desha kala kalana. Thereafter, no fear, no dukkha will be there. But we should be able to understand. We have started, made a beginning, and no doubt within some 10, 20, 30, 100 lives for me and within few lives for you, things will be clearly understood. But don't give up the study of Vedanta, which slowly induces to us the Sadasat Jnanam, what is real and real. And this chapter is so powerful. First 10, 12 slokas, the Rani and others come and tell how the Shatrus have attacked and destroyed. To save themselves, they came here. Now they ask the Raja to protect them. Raja hands over his wife to Leela and Saraswati. Then he goes to Yuddha. And this Raja's wife 100% resembles like Leela only. And she is worried. Now this Leela is called the awakened Leela. So the awakened Leela asking Mother Saraswati question, I am there still. How she is there like me only? And in that Raja, okay, Raja died, his body is there in the Antapura, but all the Sainikas, all everybody has they are there. How come the same people replica here is there in this kingdom as the this Rajas, the mantris, etc.? To that question, this is the answer in this chapter. To say that once it's mithya, kalpita, anything, any number of time in anywhere it can be kalpita. For you to ask that how come when I am here, they are again there, or these people are already there, how come there? For you to ask this question, the first question is these also are not real. तो मैं यहाँ हूँ वहां भी मैं मेरी तरह वो लड़की कैसी है अरे ये तो मैं यहाँ हूँ दिस इट सेल्फ इज मिथ्या then that raja he has his own sankalpa so it is all created. Wonderful, this knowledge. I believe this sarga will go through little carefully, not like earlier ones which we were just going through. थोड़ा ध्यान से कम दो चीज समझने का कोशिश करें, एक दो चीज. ओके, थैंक यू. ओम पूर्णमदः श्रुति मात्रे तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, वशिष्ठ भगवान की जय, सरस्वती मैया की जय, लीला मैया की जय. कम स्टडी अवर नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट लघु वाक्य व्रत.